real business owners.
And so this last year, I wanted to, take my health very, very seriously and check off all the boxes, right? And try to do the things that I know will serve my body and put my body in the best health situation it possibly can be because of the amount of stress that we carry as business owners. And so some of the habits that I think that maybe you guys aren't thinking about, or some of the things that you might want to start thinking about outside of just, waking up early, moving your body, exercising. Those are things that everybody should be doing to be able to perform at their peak, right?
Yeah.
At the office too, right? Like, yes, it serves you physically, but your body's it's a part of your mind, right? It's just, it's attached to the mind. That's why the signals are so connected. You cut yourself, your mind sends, hey, that hurts, right? And so it's very connected. We know that provided you get up, you move your blood in the morning, you're going to have a clearer mind throughout the day and not be quite as foggy, or it's not going to take as long to wake up when you get to the office, right? Those are some of the obviouses. But I think getting your hormones checked is a very important thing. I know that we have a buddy in Vegas. I think you went down and met with Spinozo.
Yeah, he did my blood work.
He did the blood work and stuff, and and I used somebody here locally here in St. George.
Well, I didn't even have to go to Vegas.
You got the blood work done.
He submitted a ticket to a lab. I went in right here in town and did it, and then he called me and we went over shit.
Oh, okay, cool.
And we figured out what we needed, and he started ordering me up some of my peptides and shit to get my my shit balanced back out, right?
And so this is something that me and Kel have both done.
Yeah,
We've got our
you
blood
can do it
work
anywhere.
done. Yeah. And see what you're deficient in. When I first went in, my adrenals were through the roof, and they said that's kind of like fight or flight. Either you're under a high amount of stress or fear or something of that nature, right?
Right.
And so I said, you can check the stress boxes, We're running businesses around here, so that's a given, right? And so getting your hormones checked is important, whether you're male or female, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's your testosterone levels, you're low on vitamin D, vitamin E, all of these various vitamins that are going to help your body function at its peak. And with the amount of stress that we're putting on our bodies, some of you guys are on the go so much just as an entrepreneur, you're eating shitty foods, right? Like you hit the drive, like time is of the essence, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about speed. Like I need to hurry and grab a bite. And usually when you're hurrying and grabbing a bite, it's garbage ass food, which ultimately means there's not enough nutrients in that food. So in some cases, you're going to need supplements in order to supplement where you're deficient, right? And you're not going to know where you're deficient unless you go get your blood work done, right?
Right.
And so that's really what it comes down to on the hormone side of things, where you're good and where you're not good. Those are very, very important. So if you're exhausted all the time, that's really was my case, right? I just felt like no matter the amount of sleep that I got, I was always just exhausted. And I was like, chugging caffeine. It got to the point where it was like 400 milligrams a day. And I'm like, this just ain't right. Like, I don't want to freaking live on 400, 500 milligrams of caffeine a day just to get out of bed and go through the day and be productive. Like you know that's not healthy. And that's probably one of the reasons why my adrenals also were through the roof.
Probably.
Because it does affect the caffeine side of things, right? I do get IVs, vitamins through an IV. Pay like $100 a month and get to go there once a month. They hook me up and, with that little drip and make sure that I have all the nutrients my body needs as well, right? And so when you get your hormones checked and you get your blood work done, they can tell you where you're deficient, and then you have that information and that data. You can go to an IV therapy place and say, these are where I'm deficient. They can put a bag together for you and put that drip in to make sure that you have the proper nutrition so that your body can perform the way it's supposed to, right? And so, and then lastly, chiropractor.
Yeah.
Right. I think people should be seeing a chiropractor as well, making sure they're aligned and, all is well. We put such a toll on our body physically and mentally and all that, just running around and doing everything that we're doing. I just think it's important that we take time to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. That gets put on the back burner. I would say a lot of people that are going through startup phase, they're so invested into their business that their health just falls to the wayside. And usually when you're first coming into money, Like I know, I was pushing a couple 100 pounds, I'm down 35 pounds from that now, right? But you get to a point where you're so focused on your financial future that you just let your health just fall to the wayside. It's no longer important because the one thing that you're trying to do is secure your financial future. But there's a way to balance both of them.
Well, you start slipping for your people at work, your people at home. It's just this really slow thing that you don't even recognize it until you really fucking recognize it. And it's to the point where it's like fucking much harder of a battle back uphill, right?
Exactly.
And so